All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Queen's Club. We're starting on time for this match. The other matches have been delayed because of rain, so we're here for the Raducanu match first. Eala's match should be on soon. We'll get to that when it gets to that. Rain, again. They played 1 point in Castello versus Inglis. That's on the court where Eala's going to be playing later. And, yeah. But the sun's out now, so hopefully we get through this match. We're Serena later. So excited. So excited for Serena. And then we've also got Kyrgios playing over in Stuttgart. Hopefully we get to that as well. Later today as well. Hopefully we can get through these matches. If we can just get through these matches as best, as uninterrupted as possible, that'd be great. That would be great. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? It's not the earliest I've streamed. Actually, no, it's not. It's 9 o'clock. It's only 9 o'clock. How are we doing, chat? What's going on? Forecast said shouldn't rain for at least 3. Yeah, if we can just get through this match, that'd be great. I'm having a look here, and it looks like it's going to rain. It'll rain later, but it's just so scattered. You just never know. And then Stuttgart, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on over there, if it's raining or not raining or what, but the weather is... London is Londoning. How's the weather? Right now, it's not raining. Actually, the sun's out, so that's fun. Am I cold? Yeah, I'm actually freezing. It's pretty cold in Australia. How is Emma's chances on grass? I reckon she'll be all right. Definitely, if she stays healthy, she should be able to do well on grass. Am I off out? No. I just came back. Yeah, it's winter in Australia, so that's why it's cold. No, it's not suspended. They're about to start. I'm a lurking, or is Bob. Thanks for lurking. Thank you for your continued lurking. All right. So Blinkova. Raducanu Blinkova. That is what we're watching. Blinkova's been probably most well known for playing that ridiculous tiebreak in Rybakina in Australian Open a couple of years ago. That's probably her biggest moments in her career, at least the one that everyone highlights because that tiebreak was crazy. It was one of the longest final set tiebreaks of all time. So that is who Raducanu is playing. Not how scene looks like good tennis need it. I have no idea what that means. Towson and Alexandra Eala out of Den Bosch. Yeah. It's going to be some carnage early in the grass because not many players play the grass, right? Have they played before? They have not played before. First time meeting between these two. First time meeting. Yeah, I just came back from... I went to the movies today. I went to the movies. Whew. And I saw a movie that scared the shit out of me. So I feel my heart beating still, and it's been like hours since it happened, since I saw a movie. It was a great movie. Scared me to death. We cover Alex Eala versus Zhang? Yes. That is coming on after the Castello match. So hopefully after this match, we'll go straight to that match and we can go into that one. Master of the Universe? I guess not. No, I didn't see Masters of the Universe. I'm going to go see that tomorrow, hopefully. No, I saw Obsession. Yeah. I went and saw Obsession. It was really good. Raducanu, the favorite in this one. I want to go see Backrooms. That's on my list. Backrooms, Master of the Universe are on my list. I want to go see them this week, but I went and saw Obsession. I want to see it again, but I'm scared. Can't get away from the movie. That movie is stuck in my brain right now. It is, it's one of those movies. It's why I like horror movies. All right. I have no idea who's serving. So I might be a little scattered today, but just, yeah. You don't watching Kyrgios? Yeah, we're going to watch Kyrgios later. He is playing in like a few hours. It's everywhere. Yeah, you got to go. I mean, if you're a horror fan, you got to see that movie. If you're not a horror fan, don't go see that movie. If you don't like horror movies, avoid it at all costs. It's scary as hell. It's creepy. It's very creepy. All right, Raducanu to serve. The wind has kicked up. The wind has kicked up. I'm going to go Raducanu in 3 because, I don't know. As the return goes out by Blinkova, and it's 15-love. I cannot watch horror. Yep, then don't watch Obsession. Do not watch Obsession. Alex's game should be coming up in like the next hour and a half, I think. It's been delayed because of rain. I can't watch horror movies. I have intense nightmares, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely don't watch Obsession then. Do not watch Obsession. All right. Good serve again, Raducanu. 30-love. Please include Manila time. Thank you. Well, I haven't put Manila time because it's for this. Like I put the 4 Grand Slams. That's why we've got this time. The time zones are the slams. So, and it's more of a thing for me, so I can look and go, oh, what time is it? Okay, and then I can kind of do a mental math. But and if I say like, oh, in Australian Open, we're starting at like 11, you can like kind of check and see what's that means. As with a forehand now from Blinkova to the backhand of Raducanu. Blinkova forehand in the net. It's 40-love. And also, I know like, well, Dubai's not, I mean, Dubai's, I know Paris is 1 hour more than London. Philippines is 2 hours more than, 2 hours behind Melbourne. New York is a Grand Slam, and then LA is 2 hours behind that, right? 2 hours? And then Dubai is like Middle East, so we got to kind of cover that. This kind of keeps me thinking, I know what, it helps me. This is more for me than it is for the chat, to be honest. Anyways, Raducanu holds 1-love. By the way, speaking of the Philippines, I was going to mention this in the next stream, but I'll mention it now. Hopefully everyone's safe because I heard what happened and that's crazy. So hopefully no one in the chat was affected. Hopefully you all stay safe. And we'll talk about that. We can talk about more in the Eala match because there'll be more people there from the Philippines. But yeah, very scary. So hopefully it didn't affect you. And if it did, hopefully you're okay. So then, I mean, that's not fun. One love, Raducanu. As we get a return out of the back of Blinkova, Raducanu slice. Blinkova wins a point. Raducanu hits it in the net. And that's 15-love. Interesting to see how Raducanu does now that she's back with her original coach. Yeah, especially back on grass. Especially being back on grass. Emma's coach is her original, or her US Open winning coach. Is Raducanu is a lovely backhand winner. 15-all. What's his name? Richardson? Oh, his name. What's his name? Chat, what's his name? Save me having to look it up. What's his name? Richardson. What's his first name? I can't remember. As we're backhand now from Blinkova into the backhand of Raducanu. Blinkova backhand. Goes long. Andrew Richardson. There you go. I knew it. I was thinking like Chris or so, like, yeah, Andrew. 15-30. So she's back with her US Open winning coach, her original coach. So that's fun. Raducanu 15-30. Serving the 40 Raducanu. Great return. Blinkova slices it back. Raducanu comes in with a volley. Smart shot, Raducanu. All right, 15-40. Raducanu to take the early lead. 15-40. In the form of Raducanu. Great return. Blinkova gets on the stretch. Raducanu. Backhand cross court. Oh, wide. 30-40. As Blinkova serves again. Oh, nice. Great serve. All right. Deuce. As we get another let this time. Another let. The first let. Thank you. I hope we can see Emma go deep in this tournament and Wimbledon. Yeah, I hope so too. Because, yeah. There's a bit of flying now up the line from Raducanu. Great shot. All right. Advantage. Raducanu to take the early break. All right, as Blinkova forehand, but Raducanu slices into the open court's a winner, and there it is. Raducanu with the break. Straight away. Also, Jovic is playing right now. That's fun. Who else is playing? Yeah, so Jovic is playing. Kostrick is playing later today. Chen's playing over in Den Bosch with Sonmez as well. She's playing. They're both in battles at the moment. All right. There's a coach. Andrew Richardson sitting there. All right. Raducanu to serve. There's empty seats, but not bad. Yeah. But that's because it was raining. People are probably just like not keen on sitting in the rain. Also, it is like midday on a Tuesday. So like people have jobs. Yeah, we're going to cover Eala after this. Then we got Kyrgios, and then we got Serena. So big night of streams. Is it a backhand Raducanu up the line to the forehand of Blinkova? Forehand from Raducanu is cross-court the forehand of Blinkova. Raducanu forehand again. Blinkova goes up the line. Raducanu's over the backhand. Blinkova forehand inside out. Raducanu slices it back. Blinkova forehand cross-court comes to the net. Raducanu pass. Blinkova volley is long. 15-40. 15 love. I don't have a script. This is totally not scripted. 15 love. Good points by Raducanu. She's putting them together well. Yeah, Castella. So after, Eala's after Castella, right? And Castella just started. Or just started again because they had a rain delay. Anybody still having a grin about Zverev whiplash comment to Query at the post-championship match interview? I did hear that, and I thought it was very funny too. 15 love. As Raducanu serves. Into the back of Blinkova. Forehand from Raducanu. Into the back of Blinkova. Raducanu gets the point. 30 love. So windy today. Also, it poured briefly. Maybe it was lightning in London southwest. Yeah, I heard that there's thunderstorms. So yeah. Thank you for your reply. No worries. 30 love. As Raducanu serves. The back of Blinkova. Return goes forehand to Raducanu. Blinkova forehand goes wide. And it's 40 love. 40 love. By the way, chat, has anybody seen Obsession? Has anybody seen Obsession? If so, thoughts? Raducanu 3 love. All right, 3 love. Whew. Really good actress, carried the movie. I thought all the actors were great in it, to be honest. Umbrella's going up. Boo! Boo! Boo. Boo. Stop raining. I thought it was hot in London. You were all complaining about it last week. Now it's raining. By the way, this is supposed to be a brief shower, so we might be back in like 10 minutes. There's just like a little bit of rain. It's just annoying. All right, it's raining. Yay. Welcome to the grass. Boo rain, yep. They're putting the covers on. It's going to be on and off, so I reckon this will probably last like 5-10 minutes. It's not going to be that bad. It's just annoying. Like, it's going to be just sporadic today. Yeah, it's going to be on and off. I don't think they'll be off for that long though. It's just going to be on and off. Just cancel Wimbledon. No, let's just get to Wimbledon because they got a roof. Is this part of the upper half of the draw or the lower half of the draw? That is a great question. They are part of the lower part of the draw. Winner of this will take on either Castella or Inglis, who were playing and then stopped playing because it rained. So yeah. So happy with Zverev picking him for the US Open now. That'd be kind of crazy if he won 2 slams in a year. That would be crazy. What if he beats Sinner and wins the US Open? That'd be... Can you imagine? Raducanu on grass, always fun. She plays aggressive. Yeah, she could have a grass run if she gets a good draw. UK weather is the opposite of Indian Wells. Yes, it is. So right now, there's a big splotch of rain, but after this, we should be sweet for a little bit. By the way, who came in here and said there's no rain for 3 hours? Where are you from? Where'd you read that? It also rained during Eala's match in Birmingham? Yeah. Weather is weather. London is always raining. Yep. Kyrgios's chances on grass? I gotta be honest, I don't have him... it depends on his wrist. If his wrist is good, he should be okay. He should be feared, right? But if his wrist is not okay, then I don't know how far he's going to go. We'll find out today. We'll watch him today and we'll see what's up. Cam, that movie is terrifying. I know. Oh, I know. I'm still like looking over my shoulder. It's so good though. It's exactly the kind of movie I like. The movie that I leave the theater shocked and shaking and scared forever. Ugh. A movie that just creeps you out. Zverev is 3-12 against top 10 players the last year. He's not beaten one of this year so far. I wouldn't bet him on in the US Open. Yeah, but would you bet against Sinner? I mean, he's got to beat Alcaraz too, though, right? It would be kind of interesting. You know what? By the way, chap, we are in a reality, right, where we could get to the US Open and Zverev could be the number 2 seed with Alcaraz coming back, right? So Alcaraz comes back. Imagine this, right? Alcaraz comes back. We got Zverev, Djokovic, and Sinner there, right? The 4 guys that would be the favorite for the US Open, the 4 favorites, right? At this stage. Zverev could be number 2, which means that Zverev would be the 2nd seed down the bottom. Alcaraz number 3, which means that Alcaraz could play Sinner in the semis. And Djokovic, he could be like number 8 by then because he's got to defend Wimbledon points and stuff. So we could have a US Open draw where Zverev is the 2nd seed, he avoids Sinner to the final. And Alcaraz and Djokovic are up the top with Sinner. Like, that could happen if Zverev does okay on grass and gets to that 2nd spot, which he could get. But after Wimbledon, he could be number 2. Like, we could go to the US Open with that being a possibility. But the draw could show that. And, like, can you imagine? If, like, Alcaraz comes back, he's in Sinner's half, plus Djokovic, because Djokovic has dropped down the rankings because of losing points. And then Zverev's down the bottom with a clear road to the final, unless, other players are there. But avoiding the 3 hardest players for him, and maybe Fritz is not maybe Fritz up the top too. But, like, that could happen. Like, we could be in that. Like, we could go to the US Open and that'd be totally a possibility. Do you give him a better chance if that happens? Like, if you put Sinner and Alcaraz and Djokovic up the top, they're fighting for the final, and then Zverev's got a clear path. Do you give him a better chance? Hell yeah, you do, right? And that could be real. Because remember, when Alcaraz comes back, he's not getting any points in Cincy. He's not getting any points at the US Open. The only way that Alcaraz is going to get back to number 2 if Zverev overtakes him is in Canada. And he has to win Canada, which maybe he will go play and try and win that because he hasn't played. And he might want to play more, right? Play those matches. So he'll have to go to Canada to get the points to add up. But then he has to win Canada to offset the loss of points that he's going to have in Cincy unless he defends it all, right? But then, as far as I know, Zverev has got nothing to lose until Canada or Cincy. Like, Wimbledon didn't do great last year, right? Lost. Where is he? What does his ranking look like? What does his points look like, Zverev? So last year at Wimbledon, he lost first round to Rinderknecht. So he's playing for free. He does have points to lose. Well, he's losing points from Stuttgart this week, but that's only like 150 points. And then he's losing points from Heller, but he's going to play that. So we'll see if he can defend. No points at Wimbledon. Semi-finals in both Cincinnati and Canada. So he does have points to lose there. But if he makes it to the semis of Wimbledon, which would be a bit of a stretch, but Zverev has got a big serve and that can get you through. If he does get it to have a decent run at Wimbledon that offsets the lost points that he gets from Canada or Cincy, like, he could be number 2 because again, Alcaraz has so much more to lose by not playing, right? And then we go to the US Open. Alcaraz number 3 goes up the top with Sinner, 1 and 3 up the top. Djokovic at number 7 goes up the top 2, right? So it might be a Djokovic versus Sinner quarterfinal. Winner plays Alcaraz. Zverev's down the bottom by himself. Like, that could be something that happens. That could definitely happen. And then that way, all his worst nightmares play each other, and then he just has to play one. Maybe play one in the final. Maybe. And I think if he wants to play any of them, he'll want to play Alcaraz, right? Especially because his record against Sinner is terrible. Playing Djokovic is always a nightmare, but Alcaraz he knows he can beat. He played him in 5 sets in Australia this year, and Alcaraz will be coming back from injury. So, how much is that going to affect, not playing, how much is that going to affect him if he does make the final? Then Zverev plays Alcaraz in that final with the confidence of a slam. I mean, I don't know. I want to see Zverev play everyone now. Like, I want to see him play Sinner again with this new slam champ status. I want to see him play Djokovic. I want to see him play Alcaraz. I think we all want to see that rematch either way because of what happened in Australia. Like, I don't know. Like, this, like, I know people are gonna like poo-poo this like slam, right? They're gonna be like, "Oh, Zverev didn't do anything to get it; he just got it for free." Yeah, but I think you're underestimating like the mental load it had on him for not having a slam, right? Now that he has one, doesn't matter how he got it, he's not probably thinking, I mean, he's definitely not thinking, I didn't deserve this. He's like, yeah, this is mine. Now that he doesn't have that, he could just be like, he could go crazy. Like, he could just like, all of a sudden, the self-belief, insane, right? And maybe that's what he needs, a little bit of delusion, right? A little bit of self-belief against Sinner. To go, well, now we're the same, right? We're both slam champions. You're not you're not above me, right? We've done the same thing now. I'm on that level now. Like, he might just need that for his head, right? He's also beaten Sinner before, so it's not like he's never beaten Sinner. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm pumped for Zverev going forward. I want to see how this slam affects his whole thing. By the way, is sun's trying to come out, but people are coming back to their seats, so that's a good sign. Imagine this for everyone Wimbledon. Yeah, see, I'm not that I think if Zverev makes the second week of Wimbledon, that's great. He's never really done well at Wimbledon. He's never made it to the second week. I think he made a fourth round once. But I think if he makes it to the quarterfinals or even the semis, like, that's a hell of an effort, considering that it's not been his best place. Also, having just won a slam, he's probably going to be celebrating for a while. So you can understand if he has a little bit of a dip at Wimbledon. But I don't know. US Open, if those things that I mentioned come into play, if it's a hot 2 weeks, we know if it's a hot 2 weeks, things happen. Players, deal with that differently. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm very interested to see how Zverev does. I think this doesn't how he won the slam doesn't matter. It's that the fact that he won it, that's going to make things. It might just change the way things. I don't know if it changes the results. Does Alcaraz and Sinner come back and dominate still? Probably, but it would be just really interesting to see how Zverev approaches those matches now, and how he approaches slams. There's a possibility that he comes back from partying. For the. However long he parties for this slam, he might come back and be terrible because he did the thing, and he might come back and just lose, and he might have a terrible losing streak for a bit because he's all the weight's off his shoulders, and now he's that happens too. But I don't know. I'm glad Zverev won because it does feel like the ATP has just changed a little bit. Things have changed. Not to mention all the guys that did really well that didn't make the final, right? What about Menchik? What about Fonseca? What about Hoda? How do they look, right? With their new confidence of second week slam, What about Kaboli? All these guys that really did well. It's going to be really interesting. Going forward, the ATP was a two-man show. And one of those guys got injured, and the other guy got, sick. And now, there's a lot of players out there that might be thinking, hang on, if Zverev can win one, maybe I could be next. And that gives people belief, and the whole tour might actually feel like they could, that Sinner and Alcaraz are not, they're not, it's not their tour. So it could be really interesting. Menchik to win Wimbledon. If Menchik won Wimbledon, that would be insane. What I want to see, though, I want to see Menchik versus Sinner at Wimbledon. I don't care if it's in the final or the fourth round. Menchik, Sinner, Wimbledon. That match needs to happen. We need that match. Covers are coming off. We need that match. Because Menchik, he believes. He believes. Out of all those new generation guys, he's the one that he believes. He's 1 on 1,000. He's beaten Djokovic. He's beaten Sinner. I would love him to play Alcaraz, but that won't happen for a while. But I don't know. Menchik. Give him Sinner at Wimbledon. Let's see what that looks like. Zverev being bad on grass, that needs to be studied. It's because he has massive, he needs time, right? And on grass, you don't get the time. By the way, Zverev's beaten Federer on grass. So it's he can play on grass. It's just that he does better. Like, his game suits better on other surfaces, slower surfaces, right? You know, the ball being low, right? If the ball stays low, Zverev's a big guy, you know, that's hard. You know, you can't really... I mean, the serve should help him at Wimbledon. By the way, when I look at his Wimbledon record, right, Zverev, he did lose to Rinderknecht last year. Rinderknecht is a crafty, scary kind of dude. So, like, that's not really, you know, that shouldn't be seen as a bad loss because Rinderknecht is just a tough guy. He lost to Berrettini, FAA, Fritz. Okay? Berrettini, former finalist. Fritz is his worst nightmare. And FAA is an all-court player and can come good. And he did come good that day in 21. Zverev didn't play 22, obviously. And then, like, back in the 2019, 18, and 17, he lost to, like, Vesely, big server, Gulbis, big hitter, Raonic is Raonic, right? Burdick. I mean, his record at Wimbledon, it just seems like he just keeps playing, like, the wrong guy. Like, he lost to Kudla in 2015. Zverev was 100 in the world, or was 75 in the world. He lost to Burdick in 2016, former finalist. Raonic, 17, former finalist. Gulbis in 18. Gulbis is just one of those freaks of nature, right? That just he can light on. He can be a qualifier and make the final. Vesely, big serve. FAA in 21, all court. You know, I think did FAA in 21 beat Federer, or was it 19 he beat Federer and Heller? Either way, Berrettini on grass, nightmare, and then Fritz and Rinderknecht. Again, some of those are 5-set losses as well, so it's not like he got smoked. His worst loss would have been. Actually, his worst loss, he's only had a couple of straight sets losses on grass. And I wouldn't say that those losses aren't bad. Or bad. Like, he lost to Berrettini 6-3, 7-6, 7-6. And he lost in 5 last year, 5 the year before, and he lost in 5 in 21. So, like, Zverev can play on grass. He just doesn't get those results haven't gone his way. Maybe Zverev does make the final of Wimbledon. I mean, maybe he does go to the final of Wimbledon. I don't know. Maybe that could happen. Net's going up. And we're coming back in about 10 minutes. They're starting again. So, yeah. I don't know. Again, super keen to see how Zverev looks. I think this is going to be a fascinating time for watching Zverev right now. Even if it goes bad. Like, it'll be interesting if it goes bad, you know? Tennis courts in London should be covered because it rains frequently. This ensures players enjoy the sport year without weather interruptions. Well, look, rain is part of the charm of playing in London. Every match will be suspended for sure. No, they're coming back in about 10 minutes. Hey, Cam fam. Maya seriously rocked the boat in the tennis circles in Poland. She has a 50K fan group already and a huge wave of new interest amongst sports fans in general outside tennis circles. Yeah, I tell you, Swiatek had the same reaction when she did well at the French and won the French. So it's great that Poland have multiple players now to get excited over. You know, I want to see her on grass. I want to see what she looks like on grass. I'm excited to see how Kwiatkowska does on the grass because I think that slice dice game is going to be just as awkward to play on this surface. Maybe Zverev's situation will be more like Lando Norris. Winning a slam or a championship perhaps might take the mental pressure off a bit. Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't like. I mean, that's like. Again, it could be two things, right? One of two things is going to happen. Well, two different things could happen, right? The mental pressure is off, so that way every time he plays a slam, and he said this, he actually said this, right? That now he can go and play these tournaments without that burden, without that pressure, and he can go, I've already won a slam. I don't need to prove anything here. I'm just going to enjoy my tennis and have fun, and I can play how I want. There's no need for me to have to prove anything anymore. Right? And he could win, but that could also mean that he loses because he might go in and go, who cares? I don't care. I won the French. And he could take things lightly, right? And he might lose, right? Because he plays careless instead of carefree. right? So, like, it's that's why I'm so fascinated to see how Zverev does, because I think that'll be very, like, his mentality. Yes, the pressure's off, but that could also mean he starts not giving a shit. Not that I don't think I don't think he'll quit. Like, he won't just like go, oh, I don't care anymore. But like, he could just like not be bothered, like not be worried as much. So when those moments are like, you know, when the tense moment happens and he loses, he might be just like, oh, well, I won the French. Doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, you lost in the second round of Wimbledon, though. That's bad. Right? So like, or he could be the other way, which I hope is the way that he does, and like starts playing without fear and does well. That's what that's what people probably want to see, right? But it could be the other way too. We saw that with Dommy Thiem before he got injured, and he mentioned as much. He said when he won the US Open, you know, he achieved the dream, and then he was like, now what? And then he started losing and playing badly, and then he got injured. Not related, freak injury, but it was, you know, again, he ran out of things to do. He's like, I achieved a goal and achieved the dream, and now I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Could be both. That's why I'm excited to see how Zverev looks, you know, because not everybody wants to win 25 slams. That's not everybody's goal. Some people want to win one. And when they do that, they achieve it, then they're like, now what? So we'll see how Zverev looks, because he might just be happy with one, you know? Hopefully he's not happy with one. Am I getting Zverev's t-shirt? I don't know if I can. I don't think it's available in Australia. I have to double check. If I see it, I'll probably get it if I can find it. I don't think it's available though. I don't think Zverev's outfit is available. Hang on a second. Did it have pinstripes? Is this the one? Maybe? What is this? What am I looking at? Nah, this doesn't look it. This is blue. His shirt was black. Well, maybe this is. Maybe it is blue. Oh yeah, maybe it is this. Doesn't look like that. Oh yeah, it has pinstripes. Is that right? Is that the one? Yeah, maybe. It kind of looks good. Like I liked Zverev's outfit the entire time. Like it looked great. I'd probably wear it myself. It's like a navy. I thought it was black, but it's navy. Yeah, I'll probably get it. Yep, covers are off. They're coming back in about 5 minutes. It was pretty meh. Pardon me, I liked it. I thought it was, it definitely had that kind of Federer vibe. Pinstripes just have that, though. Pinstripes just have that kind of subtle sophistication. Make things a little bit fancy with pinstripes. I don't think it will change anything. Maybe if he reached the final in a slam again, it will give less worry. But Zverev, I don't think will change much. Okay. Oh, it's meh for the wall? Look, if I see it out of the store, I'll get it. Also, I'm not sure how... Like, okay. I don't want to be harsh, but like, I don't think as many people are going to fall over to try and get this Zverev shirt. So I think I'm safe to get it. Whereas, like, if it was Alcaraz... Oh, actually, there's only 2 in stock. I lied. If it was Alcaraz, his shirts go like that. Sinner, like that. Can't buy him anywhere, right? Djokovic, like that. But I don't know if the Zverev shirts are going to be out of stock as much. I think they'll be a little bit more available. Because, just because those other guys are super, like uber popular, right? People from outside of tennis want to wear their shirts. Whereas I'm not sure if Zverev's got that same. His stuff is worth the same to the general audience. So there's probably a lot more people a lot less people going to buy them. By the way, I found the Zverev shirt in a black. Why was it? So hang on, I almost bought the wrong one. So the black's already sold out, I think. I'm looking at this one that's like blue. And then there's one on another site that's black. So I'm going to buy the black one because that's the one he wore. He didn't wear blue. The one on this store is blue. So the one on this store is wrong. Unless I'm blind. I think I'm blind. Yeah, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. Almost bought the wrong shirt, chat. That would have been fun. Players coming out in about 5 minutes. I do like this shirt he was wearing that has like the Adidas logo that's like smeared because it looks like clay, right? I like that. That's kind of cool. That was cool. Does that come in black? No, it comes in blue. There. Is this the one? No, that's orange. Where's the black one? There it is. Oh, there's only available in a small. I'm like, it's 40% off. It's available in small. Hang on, was he wearing a black one or what? Zverev French Open. He was wearing a black shirt, right, the entire time? It wasn't blue. It was black. It wasn't navy, was it? Was it? It was black shirt, right? It wasn't a navy shirt. Or maybe it was. Some photos are showing like a weird, like... It's like a weird blue, but it's not. Chat, you're going to help me. It was black? I thought it was black, right? I'm looking at photos, though, but some of the photos look kind of like a blue. Unless he changed his shirt. Did he change his shirt? I reckon he changed his shirt before the ceremony and he changed it to a blue shirt because he's lifting the trophy, but then he's lying on the floor in like blue shorts. It's got like a weird blue tinge to it. Chad, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't want to get the wrong shirt. I don't want to buy both. No, it's black. He's wearing a black shirt when he has like that sweat all over it. He did. He changed his shirt when he did. He was wearing a black shirt and then he changed his shirt because it was covered in sweat. I think. This looks blue. Oh, I don't know, chap. It's like that stupid... Is the dress white or blue? And I can't tell. I can't tell. Anyways, it's not available in black anymore. You can't find it. I have to go to another store. I do like the pinstripes, though. I do like the shirt. Anyways, they're about to come out on court. I'm sure it's black, not dark blue. Yeah, that's what I thought. But then look at some of the photos when he's lying on the ground. It has like this blue like tinge to it. It looked black to me. Okay, everyone says it looks black, but like go look at there's a photo of him lying on the ground and you can see his shorts are like this weird navy color. Yeah, Alex's Zverev's color. Yeah, his shirt. Please don't buy the Zverev shirt. Why? Why not? All right. Sun's out. Let's try and do this match again. He's literally holding the trophy in a navy blue shirt. Exactly! But the shirt that he changed his shirt. So I wonder if he was wearing a black shirt during the match and then afterwards he put the navy version on. Because like all week I was saying Darth Zverev because he was wearing the black shirt. But like when I go to the website, it's a navy shirt. There's a dark, it's called like Legend Ink or something. It was black. I know, I think it was too. But it looks navy blue in the photo. Some photos look, chat, we got to figure this out. I can't buy the wrong shirt. Otherwise, imagine if I had a navy shirt and it was black. It's got to be the Zverev shirt if I'm going to buy it. I can't buy the variation. Imagine if I bought the Alcaraz shirt, but it was red and it wasn't the right one. Then you'd be like, why do you have that shirt? It wasn't even what he wore. Anyways, Raducanu's back. They're going to have to warm up again. I'm going to have to see it in person. That's the problem. I'm going to have to go there and go, okay, what does it look like in person? And try and buy it then. Because, yeah. Maybe navy appeared black on the screen. Exactly. Maybe the contrast of the clay made the color look different. You can buy the Zverev outfit. Yeah. It's on the websites and stuff. The match shirt was black. I thought so too. His shirt go messed with the medication they gave him. He wore the mesh shirt for the whole fit set. Yeah. We were discussing this during the match. It looked black to me when compared to his shoes, which were blue. Yeah, and his shorts were dark blue. Oh, no. All right, 3-love Raducanu. 10 minutes play. That's warming up. And we can get started again. Yeah, I'm going to have to see this shirt in real life. Yeah, see, Dutchy, that what you just sent me, if you look at like his shoulders and where the sun hits his, like, what's his headband looks blue. His headband looks blue. I'm truly sorry I asked. So the answer is, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I don't know if I'm going to get his shirt. Because I don't know what color it is. Does the item say the color? Yeah, so there's 3 different colors. You can buy it in, 4. I think you can buy it orange, you can buy it in white, you can buy it in dark blue, or you can buy it in black. And the dark blue, like, the shirt on the, like, I mean, it doesn't tell you on the photos. Please don't buy his shirt. Why? Like, I mean, why? 3 colors on Tennis Warehouse. Navy is sold out. Yeah, so navy being sold out makes me think it's a navy shirt. Because why would that be sold out if it wasn't the one that he won in? If I go on eBay right now and I check up Zverev French Open shirt and I see them reselling for $5,000, then I know that it was that. Then it was the blue one. Has anybody sold this shirt? No, I can't find anything. 2026 shirt. Here we go. Oh no, it's just somebody selling some shirt that they made. Okay, so you can't buy it on. No one's selling it. Anyways, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll figure it out. Can you get a replica with a stain? Yeah, I just got to paint the stain on it. All right, now the sun's out. Yay. The sun is out. It's Zverev who deserved to win, but doesn't deserve more given who he is. Yeah. Look, I get that. Sommes won. Nice. All right, sun's out. Let's see if we can get the rest of this match over and done with, so we can see what's up. Cam, what are the 2 blue shirts on the wall? Are they new? In which tournament did Carlos wear them? So they're not new. They were just up higher. Like, I have a wall of shirts I'm adding to the wall. They were just up here, but because it was French Open, I wanted to put them up. So that's Roger 2009, and that's Rafa 2020. That was the first shirt I ever bought, and that gave me the idea to buy all of the Alcaraz shirts. Was buying this Rafa 2020 shirt. And then this one is Rafa Australian Open 22, obviously Alcaraz shirts, and then up here, so they're all the Alcaraz ones there as well. I just moved them around because I thought with the French Open final, we might as well have the French Open shirts. So Alcaraz French Open, his second French Open. That's obviously Australian Open Alcaraz, and these are Roger Rafa. I don't have any Novak shirts yet. The color was navy blue. Just got that from the internet. Okay. I have to see it in person, though. That's the only way. Does this one help? Yeah, but I think that's no, I don't know. Anyways, Raducanu. She's up a break. Oh, did Pirikar win? Did GMP win? Did GMP win? Did GMP just win? Did GMP win? I think he won. Did GMP just win? Yes! Yes! He's in my team! Yes! He came back! Woo! Love 15. Yes! GMP! Woo! Shoo! Love 15. As a says a fault take a serve. Yeah! Let's go! He was my risky pick. Paid off. All right. Double fault Blinkova. Love 30. Let's go. Let's go. Love 30. A bit of serve again from Blinkova. As the return goes in, and then Blinkova hits it wide. Love 40. Raducanu to get the double break here. Oh, Chen just lost. Yeah, that's a shame. I love 40 Raducanu. 7 to the 40 Raducanu. Return is the winner. Jeez, Raducanu. He's like, if we're coming back, we're finishing this match quickly. Hell yeah. GMP. GMP. He hit 28 aces as well. Let's go. I forgot that was happening right now. I should pay more attention. Oh, God, I'm so stoked at that. I was like, when he lost that second set tiebreak, I'm like, God, he ruined it. But he's hit 28 aces in his first match. 56 points already. GMP. I love it. I love it. 4 love. There's a return. Into the back end of Raducanu. 4 now from Blinkova goes wide. It's 15 love. Pirikar's playing in Stuttgart. He was supposed to play Tommy Paul, but Paul withdrew yesterday, so he played Safiullin, and he was losing in the final. He was down 4-2 and it started 4-1, and it was starting to rain, but he obviously broke back. Now he's going to play the qualifier Onklin, who beat Marijan. So, Pirikar can make the quarters, play Bublik. God, I knew that was... I'm so relieved. I picked GMP out of it, and I was like, do I put GMP on the field, or do I put Hurkacz on the field? And I'm like, no, I'm going to put GMP on the field. I'm going to risk it. I've got Hurkacz on the bench. Vindicated. 30 love. Raducanu falling up the line in the net, 30-15. It was a risky pick, but I had to do it. All right, 30-15. Did Wimbledon announce prize money? Do they have the same issue as Roland Garros? I have no idea. I don't know if the players are are in boycott talks. I think the French Open offered less, not prize money, but it was less percentage. Remember, it wasn't about prize money. It was about percentage of revenue. So Wimbledon might not. They might give more percentage of revenue. I don't know. I don't know what the percentages are. As Raducanu in the net, 30-all. But yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard. There hasn't been a discussion yet about that. So you were so loud today. Whoops. All right, 30-all. As Raducanu serves again. We've got Eala coming up later. We'll watch her, and then we've got Kyrgios as well. Ace out wide, Raducanu. All right, 40-30. As the return goes into the front of Raducanu. Raducanu puts it away. And it's 5. Stupid computer. 5-love. Raducanu, 16 minutes. Rain delay made it worse. 16 minutes. All right. Oh, I'm 95 in the... apparently I'm 95 in the world for tennis, whatever. Fantasy. Kyrgios on grass can beat anyone. Yeah. It's whether or not his wrist is all right. That's the big one, right? In the Roddick channel, they said that Serena's team include the TV crew and cameraman. Suspect there will be a Netflix documentary in the making regarding a comeback. Okay. Cool. All right. Raducanu, 5-love. It's not about prize money. Focus on being the best and winning shiny trophies. Then the money will become secondary. But it's not about the prize money for the top players. It's the prize money for the lower ranked players. Like, that's been the focus isn't like the player who wins the slam isn't, it's not about them getting more money. It's about the player who loses in the qualifying. That's what they're campaigning for. You know, they're campaigning for a better for the lower players, you know. I think people get confused, or people have been getting confused with the narrative being like, oh, the top players want more money. The rich want to be richer. No. It's the players that struggle. They're trying to campaign for those people as well as themselves. Like the top players are probably not thinking, oh, I need more money, right? It's for the lower ranked players that they're trying to fight for. Plus, also, yeah, they will get more money too if the revenue split gets a bit higher. So they are helping themselves too, but they're the only ones that could have a say on the lower ranked players. And remember, all those players were once in that position of lower ranked players, and when they were there, no one was talking for them, right? So they feel like it's a responsibility to talk to those for those people as well, because nobody's going to, unfortunately, listen to the number 100 in the world. No one's going to listen to the number 70 in the world. You really think if Blinkova started complaining about prize money, would anybody listen? No, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But if Sabalenka does, if Coco Gauff mentions it, people listen. You know, that's what it's about. I think people are, you know, the headlines have all been, oh, the top players are complaining about not being rich. You know, the sinners of the world want more money. No. It's about the Blinkovas of the world getting more money. It's about the qualifiers, you know, and that's the only way that happens is if the top players talk about it, because they're the only ones that have any influence on that decision. But it's not just about, you know, Well, if you just win a slam, you'll get more money. It's like, no. Other sports, you don't. You can be on the bench and make a shit ton of money. In basketball, right? Blinkova is in big trouble. But anyways, it hasn't been an update on the conversation. Maybe after Wimbledon, we'll actually hear more of it. Because imagine if the players boycott US Open. That would be interesting. They'll probably have a bigger voice there too, because other sports in America get a different revenue share, like NFL, blah blah blah, basketball, right? So there'll probably be more. This conversation probably comes up after Wimbledon, more so at the US Open, I think, if they do need to bring it up again, if they want to bring it up again. Passing shot for Blinkova. Raducanu volleys it away. That's a bagel. Raducanu is a fire. And that's a bagel to start. 6-love. An interrupted bagel, but 20 minutes. Time on court, 20 minutes. What a start. Emma Raducanu's laughing with the coach. Jeez. I'll tell you, Chad, if Raducanu's going to win a second slam, the grass is where it's going to be. Do I think she'll win Wimbledon this year? Probably not. But if she's going to make the semis of a slam again, I'd pick Wimbledon. Because she is on fire. 11 winners, 2 errors. That's crazy level by Raducanu. No problem on serve. Blinkova only won 6 points for the entire set. Raducanu is a grass court queen. This is scary. All right. I understand the lower players suffer when the money's... Yeah, that's what this conversation's all... Like, that's what the whole thing's been about. All right. Raducanu is on fire. By the way, Jovic is down a break already, but she just started. Castella is about to go up a break in her match. We've got Eala coming on after the Castella match. Why isn't Jovic Castella playing? They are playing. I think. They should be playing. Yeah, they're playing. Castella just started again. Castella's match just started. She's got a break point. She's taking on Inglis. All right. Raducanu to serve. 6-love. Is Mboko Serena playing today? I'm so excited. Today is Serena Day. Oh, she's back. Jay, you think I'm excited now, don't you? Just you wait. Just you wait. Just you wait. Love 15. There we go. We got Serena emoji. Just you wait. Castella broke, by the way. Why is the WTA doubles not started playing Queens? Because they're playing last match on center court. So you got Raducanu now, and then you got 2 more matches, and then Serena. So Serena's not playing for at least another 4 hours. But we'll watch it. We're going to watch Serena. Don't you worry. This week is Serena week. Like, even if she loses in this first round, we're going to be watching Serena. Like, this week is dedicated to Serena. As we're 4 now from Blinkova, that goes wide. And it's 15-all. Like, this week is Serena week. 15-all. Serve again from Raducanu. Blinkova, by the way, is just talking to herself as she returns serve, and I appreciate that. Somebody who talks to himself for a living. I appreciate someone giving themselves a pep talk. Out loud. Is it going to rain again? Probably. As we serve now from Raducanu into the forehand of Blinkova. Blinkova in the net, 30-15. By the way, Leon, have you seen Obsession? I saw Obsession today. Exactly what I wanted to get out of that movie. Was I wanted to leave that. I wanted to get out of that movie. Scary as hell. It's so creepy. 30-15. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Backhand again up the line to the forehand of Raducanu, the forehand of Blinkova. Backhand from Raducanu. Blinkova comes to the net. Raducanu with a backhand pass. Just too good. 40-15. What a movie. I'm still startled. Yep. Backrooms is on my list as well. I want to watch that this week too. And I want to watch Masters of the Universe because apparently that's good as well. Obsession, people in work have mentioned it. It's brilliant. It is. Also, it was made off a really small budget, which is cool to see it doing well because it's made off you don't feel like it's a cheap movie. It doesn't look cheaply made when you watch it. There's Blinkova in the net, one love Raducanu. But also a guy, the guy who directed it, he edited it himself. But also he's a YouTuber. He started his career on YouTube. So he made a lot of short films on YouTube and then has made this movie, which is doing really well, which is really cool. So it's a cool, it is a horror movie, yes. Yes. So if you don't like horror movies, do not see it. I'm a horror movie fan and it creeped me out. I left going, okay. I would recommend seeing it if you like horror movies. It is creepy. By the way, I went to the theater today. And I went in and I started sitting, and I thought 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. No one's going to the movies on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I was wrong. I walk in and there was just groups of there was a group of girls at the front. There was a couple of ladies in front of me, and then there was a group of girls with a guy in the back. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm in the wrong movie. This is Obsession. This is a horror movie. What am I doing? And I thought, I thought I accidentally walked into Devil's Wears Prada or something. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong movie. This is embarrassing. So I was waiting for it to start, and I'm thinking, oh god, what cinema was I supposed to go to? Because it didn't feel like. First of all, I didn't think anyone would be there, so I was thinking I'm going to watch this movie by myself. And then I was like, hang on, I'm in a theater full of ladies. This must not be the right movie. And then I'm like, oh, it starts. And I'm like, oh no, I am in the right movie. Do these people know they're in the wrong? What movie? Do they know? I think they're all in the wrong movie. They thought it was Devil's Wear Prada, but they're in the wrong cinema. I think it was I thought they were all, but then we all it was just creepy. It was just I was just like, what is going on? So already when I walked in, I was already confused, and then the movie happened, and I was scared, and I'm still shook. 15-0. It just confused me. My whole cinema experience there confused me. I'm like, hey, I did not expect to be in a movie theater full of people today. 15-0 on a random Tuesday. There's a bit of serve. Into the back of Raducanu. 4 now slicing the net by Blinkova. 15-30. And then the ladies in front of me were laughing halfway through the movie, and I was like, this is not a comedy. What's this guy doing? What's this guy doing? Why is this guy sewing up a tennis ball? What the hell? Anyways. What time is Serena? Serena's playing in 4 hours. Depending on weather. All right, 15:30. Raducanu looking for that break. As the backhand goes up the line to the front of Blinkova. Front of Raducanu. Great shot. Blinkova on the stretch goes into the front of Raducanu. Raducanu misses. I tell you, Raducanu looks so confident too. She is playing so aggressive and so confident. I've stayed away from horror movies because most today's horror movies are just jump scares. Midsummer was the last horror movie I've seen. I'll tell you, I'm not like a massive fan of jump scare movies because I feel like they're a little too obvious. It's right kind of backhand. I don't want to give it away. Anyways, I don't want to talk about the movie if you want to go. If you want to go see it, go see it. But how long's it been out for? Can we talk about spoilers? 40-30, great hitting Blinkova. But like, I'm not a fan of movies that like you can tell that it's going to be a jump scare. If you watch enough horror movies, right, you know like the music or the silence, or you're just waiting for the jump scare because you're like, oh, okay, it's going to happen now. Oh, there, surprise, surprise. But this movie has has the jump scares, they get you. Like, even I was like, I know there's going to be a jump scare, and it still got me as Raducanu's winner. But we get to deuce. Like, this movie was like, you know there's going to be a jump scare, but then there's parts where you're like bracing for the jump scare and it doesn't happen. That scares you too because you're like, oh shit, what? Like, there's parts like it catches you. This is good. It's good. It gets you like that. It's not just like, oh, here comes the jump scare. Woo! Like it. That's why I probably I left thinking, being like, oh, shaken. Advantage Raducanu. Because, yeah, the jump scares get you. Even the ones that you can see coming, they still get you. It's crazy. Anyways, Obsessional Backroom. I haven't seen Backrooms, so I'm going to go see Backrooms this week. But apparently that's just as crazy. Anyways, 4 now from Blinkova goes wide. Raducanu keeps the streak. She's up 8 games in a row. Yeah, Emma's locked in. What movie? I'm talking about Obsession. I don't know why he's stitching a tennis ball together. It looked like he put a hacky sack in it or something. Yeah, it's going to rain later, apparently, but hopefully not bad. There's a scene I wanted to talk about in Obsession, but we can't do spoilers right now. Yeah, how long do we'll wait? We'll wait until next week. Next week we can start talking about spoilers for the movie. 4-4 rally. Raducanu at the net with a volley. Oh, I just missed. Love 15. Would I recommend it? If you're a horror movie fan, yes. If you don't like horror movies, no. If you're like, I don't mind horror movies, probably don't see it because you'll hate it. You'll hate it's. I really want to see it. Look, if you like movies that you will leave feeling uneasy. By the way, Raducanu had that in apparently. Hawkeye said it was in, so Hawkeye was correct. If you like movies that you leave and you feel uneasy, then you will love it. Is it graphic? Yes. It is. It is graphic. 15 Love. Is this Obsession or Backroom? Obsession. It's a great movie. I thought it was a great movie. As with a 4-1 volley from Raducanu. Too good. Jeez, Raducanu is on fire. 30 Love. I have to go see Backrooms this week, but yeah. I would go see Obsession again. Maybe when it comes out on DVD or something. Maybe not like tomorrow, but I'd see it again. Why would anyone watch horror movies? It's not an entertainment. Okay. 30 Love. What stuff do you like? And I'll say how, unentertaining it is for me. And then you should, like, who watches your style of movie? Like, and it was Raducanu in the net, 30-15. You just don't get it. Yeah. By the way, Leon, I watched like an interview with the director. I reckon they're going to bring out like, physical media of it because the way that this is, like, it feels like so like indie horror that's like blown up, like a cult kind of horror that, because I heard him say that he was going to put it on Shudder, but he's like, no, I want a theatrical release. So I feel like he is in that mindset of like a little bit more old school of like, oh, I want it to be at the movies and I want it to do it. Like, I don't think, so I reckon there will be like some cool stuff coming out of it. But it'll go to DVD anyway. All movies still go to DVD. Back in the net, Raducanu, 30-all. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get it on Blu-ray or something. I hope he doesn't do a sequel. Like, I don't want it to be a sequel. A sequel would just kind of ruin it. Like, just do a one-off and then do something different. That'd be cool. Because I like the way it ended. As it backing up the line, goes wide by Raducanu. Break point for Blinkova. This movie's got me loving horror again. Oh, yeah. All right, 30-40. Yeah, no sequel. What you mentioned, Cam, is that it's directed by a YouTuber is also great. To see new creative blood in the industry. Hard work still pays. And go, yeah, exactly. I love that too. I love that. I think he's only like 25, the director as well. But if he has a YouTube channel, I can't remember what it's called, but he has a bunch of short films on there, and he's been doing them for like 10 years. So it's not like this random guy that no one's heard of. It's like he worked his butt off to do it. 30-40 is with a backhand rally. Break point for Blinkova to get on serve again and get her first game. Up the line's a great shot. Raducanu slices it back. Blinkova volleys it away though. Too good. Blinkova breaks back. And the backhand serve in the second. First game for Blinkova though. Needed that. Best movie of the year so far. But we have some big hitters coming out. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's also, it feels just so refreshing because it's like, it's not a sequel, right? It's not a remake, right? It's not obviously not original. There's definitely a lot of like themes that are in other movies, but it is still like a twist on those themes. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just really, really good. Like, it's really, really good. Like, it's not, just like, oh, this movie came out in the 80s and I made another one. Like, it's awesome. It's cool how it's like, it's just like, it's a twist on things. It's a great movie. Oh, Koshuk withdrew? What? Why? Koshuk withdrew? Oh, ankle injury. That's not good. Vekic comes in as a replacement. That's a good replacement. All right, Raducanu gets broken for the first time. The last horror movie I watched was Blair Witch Project in the 90s by accident. They're not my cup of tea. Hey, look. Yeah, if you don't like horror movies, this is not a movie you should watch. It's not. There's horror movies that you could watch as a non-horror movie fan, but this is not one of them. This movie is very unsettling. This movie will make you feel sick and like shaken. But that's why I watch horror movies. That's what I want a horror movie to do to me. So when I leave feeling anxious and scared and uneasy, I'm like, that was a great movie, because that's what those movies should be doing. If I leave and I feel fine, or I leave and I'm like, I don't think about the movie, then it probably wasn't that good of a horror. But it's one that sticks with you. That's a good movie. But if you're not a horror fan, definitely don't watch it, because it'll probably make you have nightmares and stuff. As a backhand now from Blinkova into the net, 15-0. Like, if it makes me feel like that, somebody who watches these movies a lot, then if you don't like these movies, this movie will ruin your sleep. So don't watch it. If you like, definitely don't see it if you're not liking those movies. And it's 15-0. Clayface is also coming out. Yeah, Clayface looks creepy as. I saw a trailer for that in the movie, and I was like, oh, Clayface looks super, super creepy. And that's supposed to be a comic book movie. 15-0. As with a 4 in return, Raducanu. 15-30. 15-30. Actually, a lot of movies coming up. Like there's like Toy Story's coming up. Spider-Man's coming out soon. I mean, there's a lot of big movies coming out. Backhand in the net from Blinkova. 1540. I watched Fargo by accident, and boy, that was a tough movie. Fargo? Is that a horror movie? I mean, it's gross, but like it's definitely I watched that movie recently because I heard it was like it won Oscars and stuff, right? Winner from Raducanu. All right. I mean, Fargo is gory for sure. But there's definitely blood. Is that a horror though? Maybe dark comedy. Yeah, it's kind of a dark comedy. It's probably like horror. Like it's bloody, so then maybe that's why it's like. But that's won like Oscars and stuff, hasn't it? Because I watched that a couple of months ago. It's a very interesting movie. Have I seen Evil Dead Burn? No, I haven't. I haven't seen Evil Dead Burn. I should. Am I a He-Man fan? Nah, not really. It was before I didn't watch He-Man as a kid or anything. It's before my time. As we backhand down to the backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu up the line for a winner. 15 love. Alien still gives me nightmares. See, I love Alien. I think that is such a classic. Space horror is that creeps me out a lot, and that's in a good way. 15 love. Leprechauns in space, yeah. All right, serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Waiting for the Queen come back. Yeah, she's coming back in 4 hours. The Queen's back today. Serve is a double fault. 15-0. Cosmic Horror is still untapped, to be honest. Yeah. There's like, I tell you this movie all the time. There's a movie called Life. It's got Ryan Reynolds. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal. And that movie is... I've seen that movie at least once a year, right? I've watched that movie at least once a year. And I watched it once. I put it on... It was on Netflix, and I chucked it on because I thought it was a space movie. I didn't know. I thought it was like what Project Hail Mary was. I didn't think it was going to be... I didn't think it was going to be what I watched. And that movie is still creeps me out. Backhand goes up the line from Raducanu into the forehand of Blinkova. Raducanu forehand. As it a forehand again from Blinkova. Raducanu forehand slice. Blinkova forehand cross-court winner though. Great pickup. 15-30. Event Horizon movie gives me the creeps. Oh yeah, that movie's creepy too. I recently watched that because I kept hearing that was a must watch, and I'm like, okay. So I found it and I watched it, and that movie's creepy as well. I saw Life, and the ending is bonkers. No. All right, 15-30. These movies, there's so many crazy movies. But yeah, Life is just one of those movies that it makes you angry, but it also then makes you, it scares you. And like, it's one of those movies that you'll be like yelling at the TV. You'll be yelling at the screen, just being like, why? Why? Ah! Oh, just like you just get, it makes me so like angry, and then I'm just like, but then like, yeah, you get like, it gets, it's in, I'm so invested in that movie. Why would you do this? 15-40. The twist is, yeah, the twists and turns of that movie are crazy. 15-40. Oh, double fault. All right, Raducanu. The two games that she's lost have been 2 breaks. The Sphere is also another sci-fi. Yeah, I saw that movie as a kid. And like that's the sort of movie that like, I haven't rewatched that movie, but that movie scared the shit out of me, and I shouldn't have watched it when I was however old. But yeah, I bought that movie recently to rewatch it to make. I still haven't watched it. I'm too scared. Too scared. I can't put it on because I'm like, do I really want to relive that? I don't know. I don't know why I saw that movie. I need to watch The Sphere. Yeah, I just remember it being super, super trippy. So I have to rewatch it. Yeah, that was probably the first movie. One of the first. Maybe that was one of the first horror movies I saw. Is it horror though? Is Sphere horror? It's got a terrible rating. It's got a good cast though. It's got a great cast. It's got a great cast. It's a sci-fi psychological thriller. Okay. Well, I have to rewatch it. Maybe I'll rewatch that tonight or tomorrow. All right. Raducanu's back on serve, but she is still returning well. It's just the serves that have been messing with her. She hasn't been able to serve as well in this second set. The Exorcist is like the first horror movie I saw as a kid. Jeez. Really? That was the first one? Damn. The Odyssey's releasing in July. Yeah, that's another movie. There's so many movies coming out. Backrooms had me gasping. I gotta watch that. I need to go see Backrooms this week. All right, 15 Love Blinkova. All right, 15 Love. And got a fault from Blinkova, second serve. Return goes back into Blinkova, back into from Raducanu. The back into Blinkova, Raducanu in the net on the forehand. And it's 30 Love. Love. As the return goes back into Blinkova. Inside out backhand winner. Blinkova, nice shot. 40 Love. Yeah, I'm going to go see Backrooms this week. Hey, Margaret, thank you for the $5 gifted, what is it? Super sticker. Appreciate that. I'm excited to see Clayface because Batman might get revealed in it. Isn't Batman already revealed? Anyways, great serve. Blinkova levels, 3-3. 3-all. The Odyssey tickets are sold out fast. What, for the first, to get to the first... To get to go to like the opening or something. All right, 3-all. DCU Batman isn't revealed. Oh, okay. So you're talking about new Batman, like how they did Superman, right? You're talking about that universe. 3-all. As a return goes into the net from Blinkova, 15 Love. Yeah, okay. Okay. I thought that Clayface, because it has the same like vibe as like the Penguin, the TV show, the movie, the TV series. And also like the Batman, like Robert Pattinson's Batman. As that goes in the net from Blinkova, 30 love. I thought it was in that same, but it's a different thing. It just has the same like vibe to it though. All right. 30 love. Do I know the Evil Dead movies? Yeah. I know there's a new one that's come out. I got to watch it. As a default second serve. Yeah, Penguin is, not part. I thought it just has the same vibe. I saw that when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, it's part of that. But obviously it's not. As that goes in the net by Blinkova, 40 love. Evil Dead Burn releases July 10. The trailer's cool. Yeah, see, I didn't watch too many trailers for Obsession. I only saw like the one clip when they're at the restaurant, like the one like scene when she's like freaking out at the restaurant. As that goes out by Blinkova, Raducanu 4-3. Whereas I didn't watch too many trailers, and it actually probably worked out well because I didn't know what was going to happen. I only knew, the scene in the restaurant when she's screaming at him. She's such a convincing actress. Oh, yeah. I think the best part about it as well is that the only time that it took me out of the movies was when they were at work. And I'm not going to tell you why, but because when there's actors that you know from other things or people that you know from other things, it takes you out of it. But because I didn't know any of I didn't know what these people had done before. They're all new actresses and actors, right? That kept me involved because I'm like, I don't remember you from another movie. So it just like it kind of like made it like, whereas if it was only when they're in the store. And if you've watched it, then you know who's in the store, right? But I was like, oh, it's so-and-so, right? Yeah. But yeah. So I love that they used like unknown people because it just kind of made it really like just creepy. Like I felt like I was watching real like just average people, right? I didn't feel like I was watching like oh yeah, you're from that superhero movie or anything. That was great. It's so creepy, but she was great. She was really scared the crap out of me. 4-3, Raducanu. As a backhand return from Raducanu into the front of Blinkova. Blinkova hits it wide. 11-15. Why are they confusing us with all these movies? Just stick to one thing. Too many universes. Well, that's why I like a movie that is just standalone. Like I'm liking movies like that more and more, where they're not connected to anything else. It doesn't have like you don't have to do any homework because that backhand goes out by Blinkova, so the forehand goes out by Blinkova. Like that's why I like Obsession is such a great movie because it's just a standalone. Like it's just like you watch it. It's 2 hours and that's it. You don't have to watch a movie beforehand. You don't have to watch a TV show. It's just that you just go in and watch that and leave. Whereas the other, even like sequels and stuff, you have to watch the first one to know what the second one's about, or the second one to the third one. Like you don't have to do that with these movies. It's so nice. Castell won the first set, by the way, 6-4. It's refreshing to watch one movie about one thing. Has nothing to do with anything else. Slice goes in the net by Raducanu. The wind is kicking, and that serve was a smart serve in this wind. That's 15-30. I had this lingering feeling also. It sticks with you. Oh, yeah. I've been feeling like that since I left the cinema. I still feel like that right now. And maybe it's the coffee, too, that I'm... Coffee and anxiety and coffee probably don't mix well. As we're flying out of the backhand of Raducanu, flying out from Blinkova to the backhand of Raducanu. Is Blinkova backhand again, the backhand of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Blinkova. Raducanu just goes backhand to backhand. Now Raducanu runs around and hits the inside out forehand wide. 30-all. Pet Cemetery also creeped me out. Most Stephen King movies do. Yeah. Yeah, Pet Cemetery is... That's creepy too, yeah. I need to watch Smile. I know people rave about that, and I kind of got a vibe from Obsession that Smile was kind of... I need to watch both of those. Yeah, drinking coffee in a horror movie is probably not the best combination. It's like, oh, that's why my heart rate's at 120 while I'm walking. I'm sitting in a chair, my heart rate's at 130. That's probably why. As it a backhand now from Raducanu into the backhand of Blinkova. Raducanu backhand again. As that goes in the net from Blinkova. 30-40. Smile also kept me up all night. Yeah. Smile walked so Obsession can run. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen like the first bit of Smile, but then yeah. I only watched like the first little bit of it when they go to the hospital. Backhand. Oh, off the tape from Raducanu's a winner. And it's 5-3. Raducanu's going to serve the match. Cam, you went nuts. It's good. It's good to scare yourself. It's refreshing. It's probably the same feeling people do when they jump out of a plane or something. It just gives you like this. You're just on edge. Look, I don't want to go bungee jumping, but I'll go see a horror movie with a coffee, and that'll do me. That's enough. I don't need to get thrown out of a plane. I don't do anything crazy shit like that. I'll just go see a crazy movie and drink a coffee before, and I'm sure that's the same feeling. I don't need to feel any more. I don't need any more adrenaline than that. That's good. I'm good. All right, 5-3. Raducanu serving for the match. As the return goes in the back of Raducanu. Raducanu, great pickup. Woo! I think she thought she hit it in the net, but it went flying past Blinkova. 15-love. Great backhand. 15-love. Who goes to a horror movie with coffee, your heart rate will go through the roof. I didn't know that at the time. I wasn't thinking. I was just like, I'm just going to get a coffee before I go and go see a movie. As Raducanu drop shot in the net, 15-0. Wait, can I actually see it? Wait, hang on. Let me see if I can. I need to see Terrifier 2 and 3 as well. Because I haven't seen the Terrifier movies either. I've only seen the first one. I know that the chick that was in the first Smile movie she was on Neighbours. I don't know if you knew that. Oh, they're on Netflix. All right. Well, I'll have to. While I have my 1 month of Netflix because of Rafa doc, I'll be able to watch that. Raducanu 30-15. And there's Raducanu 2 points away. And with a fault second serve. As the return goes forward to Raducanu. 40 from Blinkova. Goes wide. Raducanu's got match point. 40-15. Raducanu to take her first win on grass for this grass season. Terrifier is gnarly. Yeah. All right. 40-15. First there's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Blinkova. Backhand from Raducanu. Into the forehand of Blinkova. Raducanu. Backhand cross court. Blinkova gets it back with the backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Blinkova forehand up the line. Raducanu gets it back with the backhand, but she nets it. And it's 40-30. Match point number 2. She is terrible. Who's terrible? Don't be coming in here talking shit about Raducanu. Like, she's about to win, and you can't be talking shit. Come on now. Wrong time. With a fault, second serve. Today's not the day. If she wins this match, you've picked the wrong day. As the return goes in the back of Raducanu. Up the line winner. Raducanu wins. Raducanu dominates. Let's not use the wrong words. She dominated that match. She got broken twice to lose 2 of the 3 games, but she dominated on the grass. And that was a start. Raducanu gets it done. And she's just, I mean, the whole time, even when she was, kicking ass in the first set, she was just laughing, smiling, having fun. She looks a lot less worried about what's been going on, with this. And by the way, Chuck, we talked about this extensively when we saw her play the other day or the other week with that coach. She, having this coach back, she already knows him. They know each other's ways of working. It's a great to have him back for her because, there's always that, familiarity. There's already that, chemistry, right? And she writes on the screen, back home. And she's obviously got that confidence in what he tells her and how she can play. He is a big part of the reason why she won the US Open. And ever since then, she's had coaches where it's worked on and off. I mean, the coach with Royce was working for a bit. But, she actually looks, happy to... And she looks confident, really confident. So let's see. Let's see if this Raducanu can really get it going during this grass season. And who knows? Wimbledon run. Something at Wimbledon might happen. She's currently ranked... Where's she ranked? She's not in the top 30, so she obviously is trying to get seeded. But is she able to get seeded, or is she too far away? Where's she ranked? Am I blind? Yes. 44. All right, so it's not impossible, right? That's a word. If she wins this tournament, she will be in the top 30. So obviously, this week and next week is super, super important for Raducanu. She needs to make it to the semis of both weeks. I don't know where she's playing next week, but yeah, she needs to have a good run to make, to be seeded. But that's definitely there's definitely an opportunity if she has a couple of good runs here. She'll have to probably go through who she has to play. So she's playing the winner of Castella and Inglis, and right now Castella's winning. So Castella, tough second round. Lost to Castella earlier this year in that final that she made in Romania, right? And then she got to play Bencic and maybe Anisimova. So it's a very tricky road from now on. But if she does make a run, makes the semis, makes the final, she might get in that conversation of low, 32, 31 seed, right? For Wimbledon. And that would obviously be a huge... you know what? Actually, it might not actually be a must situation because there's a possibility that if she is number 32 seed, she might have to play Sabalenka in the third round. There's actually a world where if you're unseeded, obviously it's out of your control if you're unseeded, You could play Sabalenka first round or, whatever. Or Raducanu, right? But there's also a world where if she is unseeded, because if you're seeded 32, you have to play a top 8 seed in the third round. That's just how it works, right? Top 8 seed. So you're going to have to play, and the top 8 seeds, right? All of them are very scary. There's no easy win. Svitolina, Gauff, Anisimova, Andreeva, Pegula, Swiatek, Raducanu, and Sabalenka. None of those matches are easy. Like, none of those players are easy. Doesn't matter if it's on grass. You don't want to play any of them, right? They're all dangerous. It's not like it was at the start of the year when Paolini was like the one that you would prefer to play. She's not there anymore. Any of those names, I mean, Sabalenka, obviously. You don't want to play Raducanu at Wimbledon. Swiatek, defending champion, maybe, your chance is higher against her, but again, defending champion, good luck. Pegula's been super consistent. Andreeva just came off a Grand Slam. Anisimova, defending finalist, and the game. Gauff did have a run at Wimbledon 2019. Hasn't done well lately, but who knows? And Svitolina is great on grass as well. So, none of those players you want to play. You could be unseeded and first round take on Alexandrova. First round you take on Paolini, right? And then if you beat them, you take their spot in the draw, which might avoid playing one of those players I mentioned. So maybe being seeded isn't always the best thing. Especially in this situation. So Raducanu might not be the worst thing, but it also depends on the draw because it comes out of the luck of the draw. Whereas if you're seeded, at least you kind of know, okay, I'm going to play 2 unseeded players first, and then I'm going to play a top 8 so I can get ready for that. But then if you are unseeded, you could avoid playing a top seed until the 4th round or, whatever. So it's weird. But I don't know. Do you want to be seeded so you know who you're going to play? Or do you want to be unseeded and leave it to chance? Obviously, you want to be seeded. She's going to try and be seeded. But if she's not seeded, maybe it might work out better. We'll talk about this when Wimbledon draw comes out in 2 weeks. All right. All right. Now, we got a little bit of time until we have our next match, which is going to be it's going to be Eala versus. Pardon me, it's going to be Eala versus Zhang. That comes on after the Castella match. Castella's still playing. Castella is up a set though, so that's a start. So we can just chill for a bit, and we'll see how this Castella match goes. Is she winning? Is she up a set and a break or just a set? No, she's down a break. Ooh, okay. Up a set, down a break. All right. Why did Emma and Andrew originally split? I have no idea. Yeah, we're going to watch Eala versus Zhang. It's coming on after this other match, though. So I don't really want to sit around and watch that match. Watch nothing, right? I want to watch that match when it starts. So we can sit here and chill for a bit. Scenario on how Raducanu can dodge competition, sad. Look, I know this is your vibe and this is your personality, I guess, and this is the way. But first thing you say is horror movies are not good for you, and you're telling us how bad it is to watch horror movies and how it's not entertainment. Honestly, so shitting on something that I love, and now you're coming in here and we're talking about different situations for Raducanu, and again you're poo-pooing that. So why do you watch these streams what are you doing? Are you okay? Why do you watch these things if you don't enjoy the conversations? That seems worse than not liking what other people are either into or hate. Again, I don't even think it's hating because you're lightly, you're not really hating harshly. There's worse comments than that. But I'm so strange. Why do you keep coming back when to be just oh, well, I have something to say about Raducanu in a negative way? Why? Why not come back to the player that you love and pump them up and be yeah, I love this person? Never makes sense to me. I'll never understand. And you're a paying member, which is even weirder. I appreciate you being a member, but like, come to the play, like, for your own sake. Come to the players that you like. Don't watch players you don't like. Emma plays the winner of Castella in English? Yeah. Castella is super dangerous this year. She has been playing so well. But I got Griekspoor and Van der Zandt were just starting. I got Griekspoor in my team. By the way, we haven't even talked about fantasy team this week. What's everyone's teams look like? Did people forget to do their teams? Like, I think that's going to be a very common thing that I think a lot of people don't realize that, like, every week matters on fantasy until Wimbledon. And then after that, it's a couple of weeks off. Like, did everybody make their team? Did everybody trade when they could? Because you had a swing switch, which meant you could flip everything. Or did people forget? Like, what are we doing? I left my team as is, okay. Who are the blue shirts on the wall? So Federer and Nadal. French Open champion winning shirts. Kostyuk did withdraw, yep. Everyone wants to see Kyrgios? Yep, he's coming up in a couple hours. Kyrgios is coming up, and we're going to watch him. We've got Serena and Kyrgios today. I mean, it's a pretty good, nice treat. Forgot to do mine after reminding you to do yours. Oh, no. No. You reminded me, and then you forgot to do yours. That's rough. It was weird because the French Open finished, and then all of a sudden you had like 12 hours to do the next one, right? It's like, it was a bit stressful. I waited to the last minute to get when the points dropped off, and so I could get players cheaper. I went with a little bit of a, like, I waited for Demonor to lose points from, I waited for Shelton. I waited for Shelton to get cheaper because he dropped in price. Because he lost the points. And then I got him for like 24 instead of 27. And I got Demonor before he dropped because he was 24. So I kind of like used that little bit of a loophole. So that was lucky. This is the best place for tennis fans? 100%. 100%. Grass Seca will be activated. I tell you, there's like coming out of the French Open, big question on the men's side. How will Zverev continue now? Like, what is Zverev now? What does he look like now? How does he play now? Does it change things? That's one. But the other one is, how do those guys who had career best results at Roland Garros do on the grass? Fonseca, Prismic, right? He beat Djokovic on clay. How's he look on grass? Hodar, Menchik, right? Tien, Caboli. Like, how do those guys go to the... we know Caboli can play on grass because we saw it last year when he beat Fonseca in that crazy match last year. But, yeah, there's just, like... How are the guys that had their breakout on clay, how are they going to do on grass? I'm really keen to see that. I don't expect much from Cerundolo after beating Sinner and then, losing. I don't expect much from him. But, like, I'm talking Analdi, right? If Analdi gets better, what's he look like on grass, right? Like, I'm really interested to see how those guys can back it up on this court. And I reckon, like, Menchik serving his way on grass, he can serve and... I mean, his game, he should be good on the surface, right? I mean, Hurkacz has been good on this surface, and we talk about him being a more aggressive Hurkacz, right? And then you've got Hodar, who has the big serve in the big game. What does he look like on grass? Fonseca, it's only a matter of time before he just, like, rips the grass up, right? Like, it's going to be so interesting. Landa Luce, I mean, he won yesterday. I think it was one of his first wins on grass. So let's see how he looks, right? Do you lose the 8 free switches after the first week? Yeah, you do. So you had to make all those changes because you get a free 8 switches, but then they don't carry over. So you have to use your chip. But then the good thing is that, like, the grass season's this long, so you're going to have time to... You can use your swing chip and it wouldn't really matter anyway. Because you're going to get one back. You're going to get it back after the Wimbledon anyway. Musetti can play grass? True, but is Musetti healthy? That's the question. Also, Feast. I'm excited to see Feast, but he's injured, so I'm a bit worried. He pulled out this week. I'm a little worried about Feast. I can use my 8 switches again, Cam. Oh, you can? Okay, there you go. I didn't know that. I didn't think they carried over. Serena's match is in like 3 hours. I'm excited how Fons plays on grass. Yep. I'm excited for Menchik, man. Like burnt into my brain is that celebration after beating Fonseca. Like that is going to be burned into my brain for forever, because that was just like he does no celebration through the match. He's very, very quiet. He's very confident. He just smacks the ball and wins points like it's nothing. And then he wins match point and he just stands there and goes like this. And I'm like, oh, he was keeping that inside because he was it was just like he would just had a grudge. And then that just showed like, yeah, I'm the best of this generation. Like, you know, nobody's talking about me. Everyone's talking about all these other guys, Blocks, Prismic, Hoda, you know, all Fonseca. And then he was just like, but who's got a 1,000? But who's beaten Jannik Sinner? Like, it was just like that. Like, that was so cold. And I'm like, yes. This, like, that, not that I didn't think he was already a beast, but that, like, was like, oh, shit. This guy, he took it personal that people weren't picking him over Fonseca. Like, everyone was talking about Fonseca. I was too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jakub Menchik. But he, like, that was just, oh, man. Like, that reaction, I was like, all right. All right. All right, King. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I doubted. I didn't consider you. I'm sorry. Never again. Now I'm going Menchik for the final of Wimbledon. Let's go. I want to see him play Djokovic at Wimbledon or Sinner. Like, I want that now. Because I'm like, you're cold and I like it. I'm a fan. That reaction was just sold it to me. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, you heard what everyone was saying. Or what you heard what everyone wasn't saying about you, right? Like, he took that like it's like that Michael Jordan meme. You know, I took that personally. Like, he took that personally that people were not mentioning him. He took that, and he beat Rublev and Demon. Of course we should mention him. He beat Rublev and Demon. And here we were thinking, oh no, Fonseca beat Djokovic though, so that's better. So he's going to win. Like, he's better. Mention's like, took that personally. He took it personally, and look what happened. Proved again that he is the best of that generation. I'm so excited to see what he does on grass. By the way, Castell's getting ripped here. I don't know what's going on. Are we on Twitch? Yeah, I'm on Twitch. You have the 3 things again to use. The 3. Oh yeah, the chip. Yeah. But no. The swing. There was after the Roland Garros, you could make 8 switches without using a chip. So that didn't carry over though. How long does Ruud last on grass? Do you think he'll make the second round? Ruud's playing golf right now, so he's doing great. He's doing fine. I'm sure he's like got a low handicap and he's kicking butt on the golf course. With Ruud, it depends on his draw, and even then, he doesn't care. Like, it doesn't matter. If he makes the 3rd round, that's great. But I don't think he cares. You know, I don't think Ruud's bothered. Why aren't you streaming the Castella Inglis match? Well, one, because we just watched Raducanu, but also because we don't watch Aussies. So. Casper's allergic to Wimbledon grass. Yeah, I love that his comment about grasses for golf. Like, I love that. Like, that's one of the classics. One of the classics. Why isn't Alex game on yet? Because there's a match before. Castella is still playing. So once that's done, they'll be back. Grasses for golf and cows. I think that was that was classic. Great quote. Great quote.
Come, I know that this is a crazy thing to say, but do you think that Kyrgios can beat Djokovic because of how Djokovic lost to the French to Fonseca? No. Look. Ask me that question at the end of the day, because Kyrgios, if Kyrgios is healthy, he can beat anybody on grass, right? He is so dangerous, right? But because of his wrist, he's got I think he's got holes in his wrist because they had to drill holes to relieve tension on whatever. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But if he can't play more than a set, he might only have a set in him. Then he's not going to beat anybody. He might get a win over somebody here or there, but we're going to watch him today for that reason, to figure out whether or not he's going to be a problem for anybody. Because when he played in Australia, he looked tired because he hadn't, fitness-wise, hadn't played, right? He was tired. But it's really about the wrist. If the wrist is if the wrist is stuffed, then he probably he can get away with not having to be fit to play on grass because the rallies won't be as long. He can serve his way out of trouble, all that kind of stuff, right? But if the wrist is a problem still, and if that starts to hurt, then he won't be able to beat anybody. So that's why we're watching him today, because I want to see if he's healthy, because the fitness side of things, it doesn't really matter for him on grass, right? That shouldn't be a factor, as big of a factor. He can throw games if he doesn't want to, if he wants to catch his breath or whatever. But if his wrist is sore and he can't, because if his wrist is sore, he can't serve. If he can't serve, he can't play, because the serve is his thing, right? If he can't serve, then he's not going to be a threat to anybody. The serve is what makes him a threat. So yeah, we'll watch him later. We'll see what he looks like, and hopefully he's healthy. So then we can because then we can have these conversations about, okay, well, who can he beat? Can he beat a Djokovic right now? Could he challenge Sinner? Could he play Zverev? The guys that we want him to play at his healthiest. What's the chances of him being competitive? And it's good that he's playing Mute. I think this is probably the perfect match for him to start, because Mute is not going to overhit him, not going to out hit him. So he's going to be able to serve well, be in the rallies. It's going to be interesting. And also Mute is a bit of a showman, so it'd be a fun match in general. Given how chaotic Roland Garros was, I hope it's less random at Wimbledon. I think it will be less random. Roland Garros might just be an anomaly. Kyrgios ain't beating anyone in the top 50 right now. Well, that's the thing. We're going to find out, because he's going to play a guy in the top 50 right now. I think Mute's top 50, right? I think. Where's Mute? Yeah, he's 36 in the world. Perfect. Perfect type of player for Kyrgios to play first. Somebody that's not going to out-hit him, but make him work for the points a little bit. So it'll be interesting. Be a good match. Imagine Ruud versus Kyrgios on Wimbledon. That's a match I want to see. They got some, they had a little bit of beef for a little bit. I don't think they do anymore, but can you imagine Ruud Kyrgios first round? That would be fun. Especially because Ruud isn't a massive fan of grass and Kyrgios loves Wimbledon. This is his... Australia probably is his... No, I think Wimbledon would be his favorite slam, maybe. Definitely his most successful, so that would be kind of crazy. If a healthy Kyrgios versus Casper Ruud on grass... That's... What does that look like? That'd be kind of sick. Mute isn't far off being seeded at Wimbledon. True. There's a lot on the line for him, so maybe the extra pressure might be interesting too. What time's Alex playing? She's playing after Castella Inglis, so it's probably in another hour. Probably another hour, I'd say. I want to see Fonseca Kyrgios. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Casadas went down on the grass. I think she's all right. forgot how scary grass can be. Because there's fine. Just slipped. Inglis is coming back, though. Are there many grass courts remaining in Australia? If so, are the remaining ones public or private? There are actually a lot of grass courts. They're all private. Kooyong, where they used to host the Australian Open, they've got a lot of grass courts. That is a private club. There's a place called Royal South Yarra, private club. They've got grass. Members only. I think it might be like members only, but like invite. If you have a member invite. And then there's another couple of places. I think there's a place up near the border of Victoria and New South Wales that have one. And then Geelong, which is down near on the west side of Melbourne, west of Melbourne. I think they have grass courts. But again, it's like very few and far between. But also like all private. Like you can't just hire a grass court. Like that's not a thing. I don't think you can do that. Kooyong would not allow it. You couldn't just go, hey, I'm just a random guy who wants to play grass, because you need the outfit and they need to probably approve your shoes, right? Because you have to have the right shoes. Yeah. So no, they're not public. There might be others, but that's the one. They're the ones that I know of in Melbourne. I think in Adelaide they have more grass. Adelaide might have some more grass, but in Melbourne and stuff, it's pretty limited. Roland Garros felt crazy, but both sides had top 10 winners anyway. Yeah, and I said this on the weekend before we got to the finals. You know, we might end watching Roland Garros and go, wow, that was crazy. But Andreeva Zverev being champions is not crazy. You know, so the champions were predictable, but to get to that was unpredictable, right? Like the stuff that happened before the champions were crowned, that was the crazy part. But in hindsight, you look at who won and you go, yeah, okay, Andreeva won her first, Zverev won his first. Yeah, that's not unexpected. We knew Andreeva was going to win slams eventually, and we had always thought that Zverev was a slam champion, right? In the waiting. So, yeah, the champions is not that surprising, but obviously everything before that, the first 13 days, very surprising. One of the craziest. It's the opposite of the Australian Open, right? Australian Open was super boring in the first 10 days. And then we went to the semis, and that's when things went crazy. So it's sort of like the reverse of the Australian Open. And yeah, the final of the men's was crazy, right? And there was some crazy semifinals. There was only, on the men's side, there was one semifinal that wasn't too crazy. And then the women's side was a little bit, actually, even the women's semifinals were not that good. They were just pretty straightforward. But yeah, it definitely was a crazy tournament. But the winners, people could have predicted that. Like you could predict, there weren't unpredictable winners, right? If you said Zverev, people would have laughed, right? People would have made fun of you because you didn't pick Sinner. But Andreeva winning, I'm sure a lot of people picked her. You know? I don't think, I think people would have picked her. Would Ružić be a better matchup for Eala on grass? Ružić and Jovic are both dangerous. There's no easy wins. Jovic is winning, though. There's no easy wins. But Jovic. Jovic-Eala rematch would be fun. Also, Bolter and Fernandez are playing. So what's next? So Kostyuk's not playing. So Kostyuk out. And then, yeah, Serena's playing in 3 hours. Eala's playing soon. Kyrgios is playing in 2 hours. So we really need Casey to come back and win, and she's playing an Aussie, and I'm saying that. Also, I need Griekspoor to win in straight sets, please, with 20 aces. Are you going to talk? Are you going to play any more matches anytime soon, or just talk? I'm sorry. Am I wasting your time? We're waiting for Eala to come on. She's not coming on yet, so I'm just trying to it's either that or I go away and I come back. And I go and walk around my house in circles for an hour and then come back. I feel like this is better. It's more fun to just shoot the shit while we have a chance. We're not watching Tiafo, so I don't know. If you're waiting for Tiafo, you're in the wrong place. You're just gonna have to get Tennis TV, bro. But like, don't worry, we are gonna watch more tennis later. This just hasn't started yet. Don't go, I like your face. All right. All right, fine. I'll stay. Until this second set's over, because I'm not going to stick around. We'll wait until... I was hoping that the Eala match would maybe start straight away, so then I did... But we're just waiting. Funny, I can't see half those comments. Well. The block button is real. I don't think Andreeva was predictable. Now it's clear she's the best player on clay. I think Andreeva was predictable. Like, I think going into the French, there was like 10 different players that could win. And she was one of them, right? I don't think her... I mean, we talked about after Madrid. Like, is Svitolina... Sorry, Svitolina after Rome was saying the same thing. Is Andreeva one of the favorites? Because she won Linz, she'd beaten Swiatek on clay, and she made the final of Madrid. Yeah, she lost to Kostyuk, but I feel like Andreeva, some people would have picked her, for sure. I picked Gauff because I was like, defending champion, right? People picked Swiatek because, former champion. People picked Sabalenka because number one. People picked Raducanu because she was playing well. I think Andreeva would have been picked. I'm sure there's a lot of people that picked Andreeva. I don't think she wasn't a dark horse pick. I don't think. Kostyuk was a dark horse pick because of her ranking, but I feel like Andreeva was not super random as a pick. But then again, maybe she was the less likely. There was a lot of players to pick from. I feel like Andreeva would have been picked more than like Pegula, maybe, or even more than Svitolina. More people would have picked her over Svitolina, at the French. The chat also automatically selected main comments. You can change it. Does it? Oh. Well, I've got mine on live, so it just shows everything. But I can see everyone's comments too, because I don't like I can see all everyone's comments. Eala starting at 9:10. But she's playing after this Castella match, which is still going. So whenever this finishes, yeah, Eala's on. So Eala will play after this match, which could be whenever. Could be in 2 hours, it could be in an hour, it could be in 20 minutes. Which is what I'm just waiting for. Can you unblock people you blocked? What, in your accounts? Probably, yeah. I don't know how, but I don't know how you can go back through your list and check, but... sorry, mine is in French, so I don't remember what English YouTube says. Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right, so it looks like, Castella is about to break back. Oh, man. I think Mirra's on-court meltdown turned me off her picking her at the French Open. But prior to this year, I expected her to take home a slam. Yeah, look, I know a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe it's just I know I'm by myself with this one, but I know a lot of people like that Indian Wells blow up. People hated. I thought that was so funny. I don't know why. I just thought that was like that reaction for that lady in the front row. Like I thought that was one of the funniest things of the year. Like her turning around and just telling the whole crowd to F off. I was just like, that is it was an all-time meltdown. And then the reaction, they zoom in on that lady. She's like, I'm like, oh, this is one of the moments of the year. And I knew I know it's all of those things, right? It's bad look and blah blah blah. But I was just like, oh, God, that was so funny. I thought it was one of the funniest things. Would I encourage that behavior? Of course not. Would I do that? Of course not. It was, I just was like, I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. I thought that is a classic thing. Because it was just so, I don't know, it was just so like, it was just so so opposite of what we're used to in tennis. Like tennis, like other sports, like, you know, UFC and stuff, people telling the crowd to like F you and stuff. Whatever, you know, that's more of a thing. But like in tennis, you just like somebody saying that, I was just like, oh God, that's so funny. Like I just was like, you know, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Good for her. You know, raw, emotional, and unfiltered. And I was like, hey, you know, that's fine. She did the thing that other players wish they probably could do. There's so many players that walk off probably thinking that's what they want to do, but they don't do it. But she did the thing, you know. She chose violence, and I was like, that's so funny. I don't know. And again, people hate it, and I get it. I understand. It's not a good look, all that stuff, right? But I was just like, God, that was funny. Well, I just laughed. I was like, oh my God, she said that. And then I saw the reaction of that lady, and I was like, oh, she heard that too. Oh man. And now she's the French Open champion, so. All right, yeah. Crazy. Anyways, Castella is back on serve, so she might actually win this match soon. And then we can watch Eala. The pearl clutch was hilarious. Yeah, that lady was so funny. She was just like, like absolutely shocked. Andreeva at Indian Wells, Medvedev at Monte Carlo were two of the funniest meltdowns I've ever seen. Yeah. See, like, there's other meltdowns where, like, when Tiafoe was like pointing at the umpire and like saying things to him, like that kind of stuff. I don't like that stuff. I don't think that's funny because, you know. When you're like, it's funny because the reason why it's different for me is because why Andreeva yelling at everybody and saying it to everybody doesn't feel as like of a direct, like when it's a one-on-one, when someone's like, you know, F you to one person, that's like a bit like, oh, that's, I don't know. It just kind of like comes off a bit way more threatening, right? We've seen it with a lot of players do that, you know, have done that. But when she's just like saying it, like shouting it out to everybody, it's funny because like what the whole crowd are just like, okay, cool. Like they're not going to like she's not going to attack the entire crowd. She's not going to fight the crowd. Right. But where's that Tiafoe one where he was like, oh, and I was just like, oh man. Or like Zverev when he like smashed the umpire's chair with his racket, that stuff was like that's nah, you know? And when Rublev, you know, is shouting in you know, shouting at somebody, it's like, oh, that's when it's like direct. But when it's just like, F you, like that was, I don't know. That I just thought it was hilarious. And the cameraman needs a promotion because the way he zoomed in on that lady and she looked like she saw a ghost. God, it's funny. It was cinematic. The cameraman deserves a raise. All right, I'm going to send you over to the next one, chat, because Castella is doing all right. And we might be back in no time. So we're going to take the risk. I'm going to send you over there. We're going to start that stream up and hope for the best. Or we can just keep talking for an hour if she loses the set anyway. I missed the mirror thing. Just write in Andreeva Indian Wells and you'll see it. Like, it'll be one of the first things. You won't even see the highlights. It'll be her yelling. It'll be funny. Or you'll hate it because it's, you know, I don't expect everyone to have that sense of humor. People hate that stuff too. And that's fair enough. I understand where you're coming from. Anyways, Raducanu, 6-love, 6-3, absolutely dominated. She did have a little bit of a fall off in the second, at the start of the second, but she got back on and, gosh, she looked good. She's going to play Castella at this point, so that's going to be fun in a couple of days. Or actually, it might be tomorrow. So make sure you join us for that if you are a Raducanu fan. You want to stick up for her and stick around for her. But yeah, what's coming up next?